Hey, what's up guys? Phoenix here. This video is going to be another Yu-Gi-Oh! Card review / discussion type video, and this time we're going to be talking about two new cards spoiled for release in the OCG's 20th anniversary pack, Wave 1. And now these two cards are cards that existed in the anime Yu-Gi-Oh! GX for quite a number of years, and they were premiered to us in the anime about 10 to 11 years ago, and they directly support the Sacred Beast theme, or the monsters Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames, Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder, Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, and their amalgamation fusion monster, Armatile the Chaos Phantom. Now, these cards have existed in the game since early 2006, so they've definitely existed for 10 to 11 years at this point as physical cards, but we never got these last two pieces of support for that theme. The support theme of Sacred Beast cards is very, very small, but we did never get these cards. Like, these cards existed in the anime and we just never got them. However, now it's been announced that they are being printed, and both of these cards are actually just really good. Now, do I think that's going to rocket Sacred Beasts into any sort of competitive scene? No, I think they're way past their prime on that, but they are very powerful and very good, like, cards in terms of being boss monsters. So, I guess anything's possible. Like, if there's any success seen with these cards, it's probably in their own individual decks and not a pure Sacred Beast deck itself. It'd probably be something more like, you know, like Uriah Trap Turbo or like Haman Turbo or something like that. It would probably be something along those lines rather than being an actual, like, oh, I'm playing all three of the Sacred Beasts in their own deck type thing. But regardless, let's talk about these two cards because I think they're both very good and they're exactly what the support of the archetype and theme was from the show. There's minor changes because there were some things that were incredibly broken, but there are actually some additions as well that have been made that are actually just really, really good. But let's start with the field spell first, Fallen Paradise. Now this is a field spell, as I just said, and it has two very important effects. Now the first effect is just a lingering, continuous effect while it's on the board, and it is your opponent cannot target Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames, Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder, Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, or Armatile the Chaos Phantom in your monster zone with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by opponents' card effects. So, this turns all of your Sacred Beast monsters, as well as their fusion, into Magispectors, and they are already naturally big, giving them some form of battle immunity in their own right, meaning that this card is absolutely amazing for just making them have a lot of staying power on the board. They are naturally big, as I've already said, and then your opponent can't target them or destroy them with card effects. That's very, very good. They have to deal with the field spell first, thus putting a target on the field spell's head, before they have to even try to target or destroy your beasts on the board. So that is a little bit of a weakness there. However, the fact that this card essentially turns your Sacred Beasts into Apocryphal Towers type cards, because of just how naturally powerful they are, is just absolutely really, really good. But the goodness of this card doesn't stop there. What makes this card really good is its secondary effect, and that is if you control Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames, Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder, Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, or Armatile the Chaos Phantom in your monster zone, you can draw two cards. You can only use this effect of Fallen Paradise once per turn. So that's ridiculous. You get rewarded just by having these cards on the board by once per turn just being able to just draw two free cards. That's really good. That's an amazing amount of draw power. That's an amazing, like, draw engine, considering the fact that you have 6 of this card. You can play 6 of this card with 3 copies of Fallen Paradise and 3 copies of Terraforming. You have a very, very easy way to see this card. It offers you natural protection for your boss monsters, which are your Sacred Beast cards, and then by having them on the board and protecting them, you are just naturally rewarded by allowing you to just draw 2 cards for free every turn and advance your game state and advance your engine. That's really, really good. Like, this field spell is amazing. But that's not even the only good card this deck got. It got the last remaining monster of the Sacred Beast theme, and that is Dark Summoning Beast, a level 5 Fiend effect monster with 0 attack and 0 defense. Now, this card is a very, very interesting thing. Now, you are able to summon it out of your hand off of, like, Stygian Street Patrol. You can do quite a few different things to allow you to use and manipulate this card. So it's actually very easy to use this card, and this card contains my favorite 4-word phrase in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Inside of its card text, and those words are ignoring its summoning conditions. Let's read this thing's effect. You contribute this card. Special summon 1, Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames, Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder, or Ravia, Lord of Phantasms from your hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Also, monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of this turn. You can only use this effect of Dark Summoning Beast once per turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Add 1 Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames, Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder, or Ravia, Lord of Phantasms from your deck to your hand. So, in short, if you are able to put this card on the board, put it in graveyard, and do things like manipulate it with Phantom of Chaos, summon it out of your hand off Stygian Street Patrol, do whatever to manipulate this card into your graveyard or your board, you can tribute this card to just Lone Fire Blossom, essentially. That's literally what it is. You are Lone Fire Blossoming for one of your Sacred Beasts from your deck. And that's just really good when you combine that with the field spell Fallen Paradise, allowing you to just draw 2 cards, replenishing any resources that you had to invest into putting your Dark Summoning Beast on the board, and then ultimately you're just very, very, like, set in your game plan. Like, it's a very quick way to get your engine moving in your deck if you decide to play a pure Sacred Beast deck, and that's really, really good. And even if you're not getting this card onto the board, you can send this card to graveyard with like Dark Grepher or Armageddon Knight or Foolish or whatever, banish it to search for any of the Sacred Beast cards, adding a layer of consistency to either the individual strategies of Sacred Beast decks like Uriah Trap decks, Haman and Crystal Beast, and things like that, or like the pure deck itself with all 3 Sacred Beasts in it. You can search whichever Sacred Beast you are able to summon and have easier access into the card, but ideally you are going to want to be using its first effect to tribute it from board to summon one from deck, because that's honestly going to be the best way for you to just utilize it, because if you search it, you still got to fulfill its summoning conditions. Whereas if you use this card's field effect and tribute this card, you just summon it from your deck for free, ignoring its summoning conditions. My favorite 4-word phrase in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's absolutely ridiculous. The cards that say ignoring its summoning conditions always do something absolutely dumb, and in this case is no exception. It summons Sacred Beasts, boss monsters that for years, for a decade, literally have been relegated to basically being almost unplayable and not really any way competitive in nature due to how heavy their summoning conditions were. But they are boss monsters, and they get huge, and so its summoning condition is justified. However, this card throws that summoning condition out the window and gives you an easier way to access them, as well as you now have a draw engine to go along with your engine of facilitating the summoning of your boss monsters and melding your board of big, beefy beaters. So, both of these cards are just really, really good in my eyes. It sucks that it took 10 years to get these cards, but, I mean, honestly, the deck could have possibly been a problem at some point in the past if we had had these cards in 2006 versus 2016. A lot has changed in Yu-Gi-Oh! In the span of 10 years. But what do you guys think about these cards? I am really curious about opinions, as usual. I want to know what you guys think about this card in the comments down below. These cards, rather. But other than that, if there's any other cards you want me to review, let me know in the comments down below, as per usual. Other than that, check out the link in the description to my Twitch and Facebook page if you want to connect with me, chat with me, whatever, or view live streams whenever I decide to do them again. Definitely go check those links out. They are there for you to use as resources. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe, do all the nonsense you usually do. Give me some feedback. Like the video if you like the content I've been doing and want to support the channel's growth and all that sort of nonsense. Again, let me know what you guys think about all this stuff, and I'm curious as to your opinions and suggestions in the comments down below. But other than that, thank you for your time as usual. Thanks for watching as always, and take care, guys. I'll see you next time.